Nice.
Good job.
45.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin. Welcome to what I hope is episode 1 in a lengthy series of vlogs chronicling my introduction to aviation and my attempts to earn a private pilot's license. I have had an interest in flying since I was about 15 years old. I flew on a little seaplane in Canada with my dad. We flew through some storms. I think at some point the turbulence, we must have dropped about 10 feet. My glasses went flying. I thought it was awesome. My dad was probably freaking out because my mom would kill him if she knew. But I mean, who didn't want to be Superman growing up, right? Like, to fly seemed like the greatest thing ever. And I was jealous of birds. Anyway, in college, I basically memorized every episode of the TV sitcom Wings. I wanted to take flying lessons then. I couldn't afford it. My parents laughed at the mere suggestion that maybe they pay for it for me. So it didn't happen. Those feelings, and those ambitions were kind of shoved to the side. Family, career reasons. But now here we are. My kids are all grown up and in college. I have the financial means to afford it. And so I'm taking some baby steps towards a private pilot's license. I'm super excited. I don't yet really probably even grasp everything that is going to entail. I took a discovery flight about a week ago, where I've been starting a ground school, an online ground school, Pilots Institute, and I've been watching the videos, doing some reading from this book here. And at some point I was like, you know what, before I go too far down this path, let me make sure that I like being in a plane. I thought I would, but you never know. I was a gymnast back in the day, and I liked being upside down and bouncing around. And unfortunately, I'm not 20 years old anymore, so I wasn't totally sure how my body would react to being in a small plane, especially because I'm old and I've got progressive lenses and all that fun stuff. But it was awesome. It was great. We hit some turbulence around 2,300 feet, but pretty minor. And not any motion sickness, not any fear. Like, I actually was as comfortable up there as I am anywhere else. And that was great. We spotted traffic in several different directions, and I was pretty excited when I actually saw the other planes. That is somewhat of a fear of mine, is not being able to spot traffic. We flew over Lake Michigan. We flew over my old house. We flew over my current house. We flew over my flight instructor's house. We flew over Six Flags, Great America. Not directly over. That's probably not legal. I don't know. But we could see it. It's really easy to spot roller coasters from the sky. Let me tell you that. So it was great. I loved every minute of it. I spent the whole weekend afterwards wondering how anything else in life really matters, which feels extreme, but that's how it felt. It was like, oh, I gotta do some work on this, but that's kind of dumb. Why am I not flying? So in any case, I contacted the flight school. They've got a little bit of a wait list, so I'm just waiting for clearance. Meanwhile, I have started the studying, like I said, reading this. I have this tool, which I know is incredibly important, but I have no idea how it works yet. I do look forward to discovering that. I got a free flight magazine. And I just, I went out and ordered all of the study materials: aviation weather services, airplane flying handbook. All of these things are available in PDF form, but sometimes just having a real copy that you can tangibly feel can help with the learning process for me. I expect I will have all of these in PDF form, and I will use them on my tablet and on my computer and just read them multiple times in multiple formats, because surprisingly enough, this is something that I want to understand. Like I don't know if you can see in the back here. I've got my little yoke and throttle controls for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've played with Microsoft Flight Simulator for 20 years. Everything that I, know about flying, and obviously it's rudimentary and it's more about familiarity with controls and some physics and some concepts more than anything else. I consider myself starting from scratch. But what I do have is a little bit of familiarity with the inside of the plane that, without question, was beneficial on the Discovery flight, because I knew what certain things were, didn't know what they all did, didn't know how to read every single oil pressure gauge or anything like that, but I knew enough to not be totally uncomfortable in that situation. And I think that is a great start. I think, everyone talks about chair flying. I think, I could be wrong, but I feel like a flight simulator could be beneficial for chair flying, just like to help run through the checklist, remember where controls are, just be familiar with your cockpit. And the plane I was in was a glass cockpit with the G1000, and same Cessna 172 that I fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it all felt very comfortable, and I think that will be beneficial going forward. Even if you can't learn everything from it, it's a way to practice. And I don't think practice can ever be bad. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. It's something I've wanted to do for so long that I'm worried I'm not gonna be any good at it, or that I haven't had to study in so many years that I am not gonna be any good at studying and learning and taking tests. I don't think any of that will prove to be true, but I am anxious about it. So in any case, they said I can film my lessons, so I'm going to stick a GoPro in the back. The CFI that I flew with was great. We got along fantastically. I felt comfortable asking him any question. So that is all for episode 1. Hopefully I'll have more soon. I am waiting on confirmation from the flight school that I can begin. In the meantime, gotta study. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to see the future videos or any of the other videos that I throw together unrelated to flying. And take care.